Hi guys, how are you? If you're new here, if you're new to this channel, I'm Anya. I'm a channel and Akashic reader and numerologist. And every Friday, I usually share one of my channelings and use it as a little, teaching or share this with you guys. We analyze it and just think about what it means to every one of you. How can we integrate this best? Because, I don't believe in this passive adjusting of frequencies or raising vibration, upgrades or stuff, all these passive things. I do believe that it's actually work, spirituality, and becoming a bit more who we truly are is actually work, dealing with oneself. And I know that my process is hard work, and I want to share my process with you guys and what I do, what I think, what topics come up for me personally sometimes, or simply what I feel is right now in the field. And the very first time I channeled Ashtar. He came to me one afternoon when I was meditating, and I didn't channel back then. I was just a normal human being trying to cope with stress of everyday life. And he very clearly came in my mind and calling himself Ashtar. So I know for a fact he is like Jesus, not a made up fiction. He is true. And, he has his own Wikipedia entry, which I found quite interesting because there are lots of different stories and channelings out there, of course. But if you want, you can have a look at the Wikipedia entry. It's very enlightening, actually. I found it very funny. But what came through in this channeling was really in line with that very first message that was recorded as a broadcast interruption, I think, in the mid 70s. You can look at the story and what the message said, but I feel it's actually quite possible that this was from the Ashtar Command. And I think every one of you who is now here probably knows a lot about Ashtar and the story of the his fleet and his aim to rise the vibration of humanity and help humans, go along in their evolutional path. So it's no surprise that this message of him was a bit more down to earth with us. I will share it in a minute. I just want to prepare you that, he's talking really shop, if I may say so. He's really very honest and shares his opinions and also, a little bit of the shadow side of humans sometimes. So yeah, here's what he said right away. In this video, we will also talk afterwards about what this message really means for you and me personally, and how can we actually prepare our nervous system for higher contact. Now that this has happened, we need to prepare your nervous system for contact in order to make you survive contact, right? We're still hesitant to reveal too much. This is a fine line of informing you about things and scaring many of you away. And we don't mean to scare you. So please check in with yourself, ask yourself, why is it important for me personally to have this information? Why do I feel called into this very particular topic? And please know that your problems on earth, your human brothers and sisters, your planet deserves your whole and undivided attention. We wish not to draw away your efforts, your energy, and your love from this. This is one tiny part. Extraterrestrial contact is one tiny part in your evolution. You need to prepare your nervous system anyway for different things. So that higher consciousness cannot only touch you fleetingly, but reside in you fully. And not just every now and then for a minute, but for a continuous line. And while you're mentioning peaceful contact, this is so important. We wish not to intrude and meddle with your planet, your business. And right now we still have the feeling that it's not the right time to approach you all out in the open for everyone to see and overwhelm you with frequency, matter, information, and an encounter of that scale. If you want to pave the way for extraterrestrial life to be open and amongst you, especially since you mentioned the peaceful part, try and live peacefully with your neighbors who are already inhabiting Earth. Practice. Because yes, we are very strange, but we wish not to be exotic in any way to you and tickle your curiosity for some afternoon, or be brought into an exhibition to be viewed and gasped at. Very distant memory on Earth, this is for us. But it is still present how many of us were held prisoners, how many of us were used, and when we could not provide any information any longer, seen as waste that you could just discard. But we are precious life, just like you are. And as long as you kill each other, have you not seen precious life in the next one? How can you see precious life in any life form that is of no use for you right now? That is not of any help to you right now? That is simply different. That's the only thing we would provide right now, is simply different. And some of you are very eager to befriend us. And we see your pure heart. Please be so eager to befriend all other humans in a broader sense and reflect this, have this reflected in your geopolitical views, and make an effort to make peace on Earth. You can bring this on as a whole of a species. As long as you don't, it will only be a point in time contact. To some and to others, there will not be contact. To some, we will show off crafts. Others will not believe you. Others will not see the same. This is just reflection of what is going on Earth. The moment you share only truth with each other, the moment you will believe each other, there is no such thing as disbelief. When someone shares with you, I have seen a craft, I have seen an alien, let's say. You will respond, now please describe them to me. What did they say? And not, oh, this cannot be. You're pulling my leg. Common ground, people. We need to find common ground. A common ground on which we can reveal our true nature to you, and on which you can finally reveal your true nature to yourself and all the others. That will be the meeting point. A vibrational plane. Not bound to any location, not bound to any time. It's a vibrational date. The higher you can focus your awareness and hold light, visualize light, be in a very blissful state of meditation, dissolving all ego, not negating all ego. We want to be clear here. This starts with very tiny things. Breathing fresh air in the morning, not telling a lie, eating clean food, sleeping enough, drinking, sharing all of this. Your nervous system is not only what you think it is not only a bodily function. It is representing the higher mind. It is your line to higher consciousness, why you perceive this. So it has a lot to do with the thoughts you think. You know that when you overworry, your nervous system is on a breakdown sometimes when you don't sleep, when you eat too much sugar. All this influences the nervous system. When you have very calm thoughts, when you have very kind thoughts, when you view life differently, more relaxed, more benevolent, this reflects back on your nervous system. It can hold more light. But I am here probably the wrong guy to ask. It's not my specialty to advise you on this. We're here to letting you know this is a new era. Stephen Greer has played his role. He has done his part. He has initiated contact many times. He has proven that we are in existence, that one can believe the unseen. One can believe the extraordinary that cannot be explained by human standards. One can believe something that they don't know anything about it, even without reference, simply because you have an experience of it, simply because you know it's true. Many things can be said. We don't know if you can understand and hear them all. Search for the true light. Search for the truth inside of you. No external help will initiate contact or bring you further as humanity. No external. It can only ever come from the inside, from each of you. Welcome back. So, as usually, I share with you my own process, guys. So, when I receive a channeling, I read a transcript or make a transcript from it. I read it, I discuss it with people around me. Just integrate, ponder on it, meditate on it, maybe ask additional questions if I can, and just try to understand what is the message behind the message sometimes, and what does it mean for me personally? How can I live up to this? Because many times it sounds very big, like when they talk about humanity and why contact hasn't happened yet. I think this is a question that many of us ask ourselves or discuss amongst ourselves because we want this so badly often. And I like that they take us so seriously in our want for this to happen, you know. So why hasn't it happened? From what I understood here, it was our nervous systems are not up for the task. So when I had almost contact sometimes in dreams or encounters like, you know, every now and then you have, as a spiritual person who meditates a lot, you will have at one point at least an encounter of some kind with higher consciousness. You don't have to label it in any way like, oh, this was an alien or this was my passed on relative. You don't have to label it, but I feel personally, and I think for many people it's actually the same, our nervous system shies away from the high energy current. It is such a high and intense energy that we cannot hold it and stay conscious. So I have been known to pass out, even in dreams, whenever I was in close proximity of an ET, I would pass out even in my dream. And I could not encounter. It's interesting. I don't know how it is for you guys. So if you want to share something like that, I'm totally open for that. You can write me an email if YouTube is too public for you, or just drop a line here in the comment section. But from what I gather from this channeling is that our nervous system is just not prepared yet to hold the light, hold this higher frequency, and encounter something so foreign, so alien in this 3D world. And they seem to be still pretty different. This is what Ashtar said. We are right now providing only difference for you. That's the only use they have. So this feeling of, oh, we need aliens to save us, you know, from the atomic bomb, or crazy politicians who run the world. It's not going to happen. So they want us to look after our own difficulties here and solve our problems on our own. And right now, what they could provide us would simply a role model for being different. But we live in duality so much that this would not be of any use to us. So it's a good question to ask oneself, why do I want this so much? What is it? What does it provide for me personally? The feeling of, oh, I'm not an outsider alone on Earth. I am friends with the aliens or the extraterrestrials. Yeah, but it's not what they said is going to happen. So I take it very seriously when they say we need to make friends with our neighbors first, and humanity as a whole is not ready for that. So I think when you ask, well, what is humanity? It's you, it's me, it's your neighbors, it's all of us, right? So all these little actions, this makes humanity. And we've shared this message before in channelings, but wars on this earth that are being fought right now are our responsibility. Mine, yours, every one of us. You know, we can only do as best as we can, but we have to really try to be as peaceful and helpful in any way possible in our lives. And this is not an easy task. But please don't give up on yourself, and please don't say, oh, you know, what can I do? What difference do I make? Humanity is so big. It does make a difference. And it's something I have to remind myself every day, every day. And it's not that I am, you know, succeeding always in meditating versus watching Netflix, but it's a conscious effort that I try to do. And I think that is the little things also. The little things is our nervous system. So it is the connection between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, the higher mind and our dual mind. And our nervous system is not prepared to hold so much light because it dwells in duality too much. It's made up of our body, our thoughts, our actions. And while we're still eating crap, talking crap, and doing crap, it's just not ready. And these are the little things. So when they say don't tell lies or don't eat unclean food, share clean water, share resources, help each other. It is so simple and it's so, that's Bible or Ten Commandments, yeah. It's so ancient. These rules or these principles are known for millennia, yet we haven't managed to live up to them. But this is what they actually reminded us about. It's like very simple. So let me see if I have forgotten anything I wanted to talk to you. I don't think I've made little notes. Yeah. I think this is an interesting channeling on many, many levels because it is very similar and totally different from the ones that I already share. I think the tone is a bit different, but the underlying message is very, very similar and is very simple. So let me know how you feel. How did that land with you? How did that speak to you? Are you disappointed that